throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. 3 more yards.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. He gets away from one. How did he stay on his feet? Still shedding tackles. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The football going back over to Arizona now. And certainly this not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this 4th quarter. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now Crosby for the point after. This one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And this showing really not a good one on either side of the ball, but still 3 more preseason games to follow and a lot to play for here for the guys on the field now as they're hoping to secure that roster spot. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up second.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This one caught by Isabella.
To Andy Isabella. A gain of 7. First down, Arizona.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Hundley. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Into heavy traffic and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a flag on the play.
Yeah.
Preseason game could have gone better. So when Coach called me into his office, I was not looking forward to the conversation. I'd fumbled my first chance at making a big enough impression for a shot at the starter role, and I was not looking forward to being a bench warmer all year. But life has a way of surprising you sometimes.
This is the player card. Here you can see your strengths. This is your development trait. Superstar and Superstar X Factor players will progress fast.
My chance to start a regular season game arrived unexpectedly in the middle of week 7. My starter was injured, and I was the next man up. It took everything I had to calm my nerves. I mean, the preseason is one thing, but I'd be stepping out under the lights for real this time. Then we huddled up, and we headed out.
Stadium in Houston, Texas. It's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Houston Texans taking on the Green Bay Packers.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And a look here at their go-to guy under center. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. Three tight ends are out there. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Still moving. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. First and 10, and they've got three tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll drop the throw. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. So here we are, Charles. Speaking of this rookie quarterback, he's had one training camp and roughly a month and a half or so of regular season games to try to digest everything. Now here he is making his first NFL start.
And let's be frank about it, partner. I'm kind of surprised it's actually taken this long because every year when a team takes a quarterback in the first round, what do they say? We're going to let him sit for a year. We're going to give him a red shirt year. But you and I both know that never really truly happened. So here he is now. Got a little bit more time to sit and learn than most, but he's still in for a tough test in his first NFL start.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. From the 10, 1st and goal. He'll drop to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jay Sternberger, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Crosby with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out now comes two-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his 4th year now in the league as he gets set to operate this Houston Texans offense. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. And Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
He was covered.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Forced out to his left. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard.
Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swain. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. The numbers for Adams in last week's game. 6 catches, 111 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
2nd and 1. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st down.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll run it with Jones. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Again, the ball carrier.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
The pass intended for Devontae Adams. Incomplete.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's right. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 41 yards. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Packers 7, Texans nothing.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to... And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good to make it 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game, and they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Flush to his right. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
This is taken around the 12. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense, trotting back out. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Jones. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
They'll run it with Jones. And some room to maneuver. Fights free yet again. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke 1,000 yards in a season rushing for the first time in his career.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Brings up
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
First down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown.
Aaron Jones. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard.
Houston set to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Being chased out left.
Watson on the keeper.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it.
Texans, nothing.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Cobb on the return. The Texans take over first and 10 at their own.
And now out comes Houston. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Kevin King.
Second and 10 now from the 27. To throw again. Watson flushed out right. He'll have a first down past the 40. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells, and that'll bring up second down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Yards to go.
Throwing on third down, Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Dean Lowry showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. A shotgun snap for Watson. It's caught. Stills right side. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up third.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Watson. This is Johnson. He's got it. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10.
Kenny Clark came into the league as one of the youngest players ever to be drafted. He's now one of the unsung leaders of this Packers defense. Went to the Pro Bowl for the first time after the 2019 season.
Second and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. From the gun, Watson. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
It's third and 7.
Watson to throw on third down. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a fourth down. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down.
A 39-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
Texans 3.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The left side throw complete to Adams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Now a first down carry by Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways?
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown.
Aaron Jones, 56 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And his kick is good. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity.
Johnson on, poke free, football's out. And the Packers pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
You got to be smarter than that, man. Come on.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield.
Watson's pass complete to Duke Johnson. It's a gain of 7.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking deep for Adams. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy. Ray certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and the lead will swell by one more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Houston set to take over, and just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He was covered.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Operating from the gun. Watson into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Davante Adams, his intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw here. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 8.
Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it And you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed. The Packers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the first game, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the post-game press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. The Texans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taking it about the 36. Breaks free again. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now out comes Houston. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd and short. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
For the Texans.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 54 yards.
First down, Green Bay.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
7-yard line.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Score, Packers 48.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota.
I can still remember the excitement in the locker room after my first regular season game. You know, the hugs, the handshakes. But most of all, I remember the words of encouragement from my mentor. It was great to know my teammates recognized my performance out on the field. And I was ready to show them that things were going to get even better. It was a tough break for the injured guy. But this was huge for me. And the press wanted a quote, which is how things happen like they did. I smiled for a few last photos and left the podium. And later that day, I checked the headlines and was shocked to see one in particular about my press conference.